Yeah, believe it or not, I think this Orka deck might actually be a really good answer to the meta right now. And it's only a Series 3 list. You see, this is an Orka Destroyer deck. Fairly standard looking in the scheme of things. This is an archetype that's been around for a while, but the latest iterations have been running the Orka package. But it naturally runs Armor and Cosmo. Armor is a great enabler for Atuma, and Cosmo can help you turn off your Destroyer. So those are great proactive ways to set up for this deck to dump power, but of course they're also fantastic answers in a destroy meta to help you counter your opponent's destroy cards, because we've been in a destroy season. So you've got things that both enable your game plan and shut down your opponents. That's a perfect combination right now. Now, I caught on to this list from Your Worst Nightmare on Twitter, who says they use this to hit infinite for the first time ever, which is a great sign for a deck's approachability and meta fit. And after playing it myself, I had some really good results in the first hour as well. I was surprised just how consistently I was disrupting my opponent's plans, maybe locking them out with various goblins, shutting down destroy plays, but also successfully dumping a ton of power as well. Just having those big orcas and destroyers to slam late can win a lot of games. So listen, everybody's gonna have different pocket metas, everybody's gonna experience different things on their climb, but to me it feels like this might be a really good proven classic archetype brought back to life in this current meta. So all that said, I've got some awesome Orka plays here, some big disruptions with goblins. I'm running variants, so this is a very special video, and I hope you'll enjoy this look at a pretty cool deck. Okay, Savage Land is no problem for us. If anything, might let us like lock them up pretty quickly with like Scorpion. I mean, not Scorpion, Green Goblin. I think you know what I meant. Scorpion, Sentinel. All right, so kind of feels a little bit like maybe Sarah Control, C3, Double Dino. A few different possibilities exist there. I don't think we're too worried about a rock, right? Let's just try to lock them up left a little bit. If they have Killmonger in a Sarah deck, they might be able to clear that out, but Cosmo mid's totally fine. Thank God that didn't hit the Goblin. That would have been stressful. Warpath here protected. We could also Destroyer here. So then if I win like Professor X either right or left, which we're gonna have to decide, mid is gonna feel very strong. Well, I guess Professor X right would make the Warpath feel notably worse. Maybe we still Daredevil. Not playing Daredevil on 2 in this deck feels bad to me every single time. Like I always want to play it. This gives me a 3-point advantage here and a 4-point advantage here leading into the Professor X. I think in theory Iceman here could be more interesting. The opponent's gonna be really hesitant to play there though. They're gonna be wanting to play mid. This is better against a Jeff. I don't know. Let's see. They actually play left. Wow. Huh. Are they planning a Killmonger? Surely not. I don't know. Glad the Daredevil sticks though. Just seemed unlikely they'd ever play to Warrior Falls. What's their plan? I don't know. They are gonna have priority, so that's a little bit iffy for the Professor X. It's Legion, bro. That's fun. So Warrior Falls is gonna be the thing. Nothing will actually get destroyed here. They were hoping Raptors would get cleared out. I guess Green Goblin would be the first to clear out, but Professor X will stop that. My Rock's gonna get cleared out. Can I win this with Destroyer mid late? I think is the question. They do have a head start a little bit. I mean, I could also play Destroyer right, actually, if we think that snipes it as well. These are gonna get wiped out anyway. Yeah, I don't know. All good questions here. I mean, the lead is Oh, it's Orka, right? It's Orka. It's always Orka, dude. Just we don't need the Destroyer. It's Orka, 100%. If they add power here, Legion's probably gonna get deleted, or whatever they add. So they can't really benefit going mid or going right. It's always Orka. He's never the smallest. They're gonna have something deleted from Warrior Falls, which means they can't beat Orka. There's just no way. It has to be, or it's always Orca, dude. No! Oh, that's fine though. That's fine. Like we said, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Legion gets deleted, so it's all good. It's all good. Yes. Let's go, dude. Spicy, spicy stuff. We love it. Good win, good win. Iceman got hit by Ice Box? That shouldn't be possible. How is he affected by it? He should lose 1 cost. He should be 0 now. Okay, Destroy deck. We have so much good disruption if we can find it. Oh, that's actually maybe doing the job for us a little bit. That's nice. So we got a couple of the Ocean Boys in hand. Armor, Cosmo, please, either one, please. Okay, this might be too late because we're not revealing first, but usually they're playing multiple things in these decks to eat, so we'll go ahead and do this now. It's not like I have anything else to do anyway. Yeah, maybe too late. Yeah, shoot. Iceman costing too much might have cost me priority. Also, Curve just sucked. Now they have no reason to go. Dude, this, like, we're having a hard time today, I'll tell you what. Atuma mid, Orca right. You know, honestly, Orca mid is probably a little better because I can play Hobgoblin here. It does get buffed by Stark Tower is the only thing. It would still be, you know, kind of, we'd have 12 and then -6 would be an 18 power swing of sorts. Daredevil might make Professor X free to some extent. Especially if I put it here, but can Orca win, right? That's the challenge on 6. Especially against a buffed Stark Tower sort of play. I don't know, man. I actually think Atuma into Professor X is even more likely to win anyway. Let's just stick to the Atuma. Power is better than sneak sometimes. Cosmo gone. I only played 1 thing here on turn 4. Like, surely this is big enough, right? It has to be. It's 17. Even if they play 3 cards and get 6, they'd have to add another 9 power out of 3 cards for 5 energy. There's just no way. There's just no way. That's totally fine. Even if X23 went right, we'd be totally fine. So now the question is, does Orca win mid? Does Destroyer win left? 16 power mid. I mean, I'm up for it, dude. Let's try it. They may play their own Destroyer and then it's like a 50-50. Oh no, it's not a 50-50. We'd lose because it doesn't go off. They don't have Destroyer though. Orca's gonna win. I don't care. I trust in my boy. I believe the Destroyer left is like the sneaky play, but it's a little riskier if they have like split power in particular, or they just put like, well, I don't know. That's still 9, right? Required. That's or left. That's pretty hard. I like this though. The most total power. Definitely not Hobgoblin mid. We know that. We're just big enough, dude. Orca, you absolute legend. Let's go. Orca, you absolute son of a gun. I love you, buddy. The fish deck's real. Space Throne. Really good for Orca. Orca, it's funny, like, why is Orca so good in space? Orca loves being in space, dude. Green Goblin, of course, is an even better way to win this if we can find it on time, but Orca would be the funnier way to win it, right? Monster Island, sure. Warpath would still be nice if we could Goblin here. Goblin, 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 Goblin. Scorpion. I mean, technically we want to keep a lane open here. It's pretty hard. We could also Professor X on 5 in Space Throne. Sometimes that works. Don't tell me they have their own Goblin, bro. No. Okay, Killmonger I don't actually mind. Wait, why are they Killmongering left? What's their plan? Oh, Asteroid M. Oh, I'm dumb. Something sneaky going on here. I don't trust it, not for a second. Okay. Warpath Professor X is definitely a plan. Warpath is kind of bad in that case, though. Atuma's better, huh? I mean, if we're gonna try to hit the Professor X snipe, maybe we just need to go Daredevil in that case. Might be sneakier that way. just assure it. Like, we could take a risk otherwise, but this might just assure it. Okay, that potentially makes a null a big threat. Let's see how the Daredevil rolls. And then we try to win with like Warpath mid or something. A little risky to Shang-Chi, I guess. Could be a well, Tomb of Right wouldn't do anything. What is that? Taskmaster, an 11 power Taskmaster. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is free, so I think that's correct. I'm just curious how we actually win this last spot. It's easier said than done, to be honest. It's kind of two schools of thought here, right? Like, but how does Asteroid M sort of play into this? Because you could just Orca mid and then just hope to outpower, because we'd have, you know, a 13-point advantage. Null, we think, is only actually eaten like, what, about 9? Killmonger did eat 2, so Null might be like an 11 power Null. But if they play Null, this creates the same kind of check, because Orca beats Venom and Killmonger. They haven't played enough to do Null and Death. So I think flipping right here is absolutely fine, but you could also go mid and probably achieve the same goal. Just Death instead. Okay, that's just smaller than Null, but the same result. Same outcome. Yeah, nice, dude. Love it. Let's go. Cloning Bat's Scorpion is also very fun. Like, let's go. Cloning Bats, it turns out, is very fun. Zabu cloning bats. All right. Yeah, their stuff's gonna be cheap, but it's also gonna be garbage. Big House is like a little awkward for me to play to, honestly. A lot of the big cards I want to play can't go there, so I should probably start putting stuff like an Iceman in. These Scorpions may not really pay off enough against some of the bigger 4-cost cards that we expect to see in a Zabu deck. Like, you know, Darkhawks is gonna be big anyway. Rock Slide, you know, maybe a 4/3 Rock Slide feels a little bad to play, I guess. Zabu again. Bucky at 0. Dude, Bucky is 0. I love it. Like, it matters. That's a cool Bucky though, man. We do priority, so Cosmo here is insane, actually. Yeah, let's just lock down this Bucky. He stays 0. Never mind, they're playing left. Sentry. Oh, but now they can't do anything with their Void. They can't do anything with their Void, so they're in trouble. That's fun. They're very unlikely to fill left here, so we should be good after this Hobgoblin. Like, Hobgoblin here, and then, you know, whatever, Destroyer or something. They're gonna be filled, so we should have a pretty fine flip here, we think. Sentry again, but again, they're just giving up. They're just giving this up and trying to win left. It's funny. So yeah, we just literally play whatever now. I mean, I think I can even technically play Cosmo. I mean, excuse me, Destroyer. I don't necessarily need it. What do I need? 6 power? Oh, maybe I do actually, because I can't play a Tuma. Okay, yeah, we're gonna win with 1 card, I guess. Easy game. Sentry again, bro. What on earth is this high Evo Sentry Zabu deck, man? It's fun to win with 1 card, by the way. Chill, -30 up there. I don't know what their deck is, but I want to play it, dude. It looks cool. High Evo Sentry. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's in their deck. Yeah, I don't actually know, man. Destroy High Evo stuff. That's fun. Really fun. Okay, Mind Stone is something they want to eat sometimes, so Armor here could be very disruptive. Armor and Cosmo both. Ooh, Hellfire Club sucks for them because they can't really play stones. So that's good news. That might be a fairly... Oh my gosh, they were all in on this, dude. We are going to lock them out. They have no power here. They are basically... You have no power here? They are completely stuck because I'm sure they wanted to eat those. There's no way you play all these without wanting to eat them, right? There's just no way. I mean, honestly, we could probably get away with the Green Goblin here. There's no way they fill this up this turn without eating it. It's a little greedy, to be honest, but it kind of just wins the game, or wins this location on the spot, I think. Minus maybe a Blue Marvel later, which is not impossible. Time Stone and Reality Stone. A miniaturized lab. Oh my god, they have nowhere to play any stones, dude. I mean, they are almost out anyway, but they're just out of places to play stones. Yeah, and they retreat. They're like, nah, thanks, man. I'll pass. Okay. Yeah, solid hand. A lot of goblins. We got Orka too, that's cool. Sakar Professor X could be either amazing or risky. Oh, it's amazing. Nice, dude, let's go. That's perfect. It's exactly what we wanted to see. Bifrost won't move though, so that's fine. I mean, yeah, let's try to start lock this up. Well, actually, no, that's not really where we want that to happen because of Stark Tower. So maybe we start trying to win right. Like Green Goblin, Hobgoblin Warpath is probably enough to just win this. You know, Jeff is always a bit of a risk. We've seen two drops already though. Like how many can they have in their deck? Are they running Spider Ham instead of Jeff? That's the sort of question I would start to ask, right? Warpath's chill. I think Hobgoblin's still gonna make a lot of sense, although the opponent is a little bit on reduced space. They're probably playing for Stark Tower mostly. If we see them stay in the game on turn 6, I'm gonna get increasingly worried about Jeff. So that's something to think about. I don't have my own Jeff. I think Jeff is great in this deck, by the way. I think Jeff's probably better than Scorpion, but I'm playing the deck that we saw on Twitter, and it's a little more affordable. Basically, I think we're playing the accessible version of this. Is the idea? Systems go. So minus a Jeff, this is just a win. Maybe we Cosmo just to prevent some shenanigans, perhaps that makes the Warpath worse, but it doesn't actually matter based on what we see currently. I guess a Korg would put them at 4, but we're adding. I'd actually stop a Korg anyway. Yeah, this is fine, even though it breaks a Warpath. We're still at 7-2. I don't think anything beats that, right? So should be fine. Just to prevent any shenanigans with. Oh, they do have the Jeff. No, Jeff. I think this is a Pokemon reference, but I don't know. Regis, you don't know Pokemons? Oh my god, Regis! I love Pokemons! Yeah, I missed the Pokemons. Deal with it, okay? Goblin Attuma is really good, man. That's 13 power. Might be hard for the opponent to mess with that. The Attuma being locked off works great. Oh, armor even better for the Attuma. Sure, we don't care. How hard are they gonna go at killing though? Like, I think we can win it. 13's a lot. 13's a lot. It's hard to beat an Attuma. The Collector's kind of scary because they can keep scaling, but are they ever gonna be able to scale enough? Thankfully, Diablos didn't mess up this plan. Like, you can't scale enough, right? With only 8 spots available, how big can the Collector get? You got hand size restrictions. You got Super Scroll. Okay. Professor X can kind of mess with that sometimes. All right, hear me out. Hear me out though. No, let's do it this way so we can play for Orca, right? Orca won't help Super Scroll, so that's fine. I actually think the opponent's more likely to play here for the record. I'm worried about stuff like Devil Dino a little bit, but I think locking them out of space might limit the Collector anyway, so there might be some benefits. Even if I lose it, it might be okay. And I might not lose it, right? It's a 50-50. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Goose is a pain. There's just no way Collector gets big enough, right? There's just no way. I don't buy it. We limit a lot of stuff anyway with Cosmo. It's just literally impossible, yeah. Cosmo shuts it down. Okay, dude. Yeah, nice. Bar with no name. So you know what we could do? Cosmo it and then Hobgoblin it, and it's like a free win.
What are the odds?
Right? Because you keep the Hobgoblin and you're at -5. That may not be worth it, obviously. That may not be worth it, but it might. It actually might be. We should probably decide.
From the Daily Bugle.
She-Hulk in the opponent's hand. So that would be an encouragement to skip turn 5. So we could go Cosmo on 3, Warpath on 4, mid, skip turn 5, and then on turn 6 play She-Hulk mid and Hobgoblin left. Okay, this is a weird game. I'm gonna. I don't know. I hope the opponent doesn't leave on this snap. Oh my god, they counter snapped. Oh no. No, I'm really scared. I mean, they also have the She-Hulk, so we're gonna have to make a decision here. They want a fist bump, sure. Bangkok dangerous. Do you even lift, bro? That feels like a reference, but I can't place it if it is. Wolverine going left might also just win us left. That is a risky 50-50. Now I don't even have to play left. I was gonna do this whole hobgoblin-y thing, but now I don't have to. Skip turn 5. Hobgoblin mid might be pretty risky in that case. This yellow jacket might actually be a liability more than it. It's only +1 power. I don't know. Worried about spacing a little bit. How do they get rid of that Wolverine now? Oh, they also have. That's my Atuma, I guess, right? Yeah, that's my Atuma from Bugle. This can destroy the Atuma. Is that something I actually value? I mean, it's more than just the Hobgoblin itself from a power output standpoint. But we also know they're kind of capped here. So I could just like guaranteed win this next turn with Hobgoblin She-Hulk. Yeah, I think I like that better. Let's pass. I'm actually also kind of expecting them to pass. Because of the She-Hulk? Oh, they decide not to. Okay. And we're still even winning mid. Do they have any way to pull back bar with no name? Are they gonna do some weird Legion stuff? Right, like... We lose mid no matter what in this line is the only hesitation. You could do this and put the She-Hulk mid. I don't know, I think this is okay. This has a high likelihood to win. They're probably not expecting the Atuma to just totally go away. A little bit worried about Legion. Shang-Chi... Dagger, that's fine, okay. Nice. They were trusting, but I'm all good. Dude, dude, I'm not used to playing with variants. I was like, who is that? What card is that? I don't even know that card. Variants. Okay, so Sacred Timeline's not really that interesting for us. We can start building up a destroy lane though, like win one of these, hope to win the other with Destroyer. Pretty old school Destroyer lines actually for this one. Daredevil probably actually less interesting, at least this turn, maybe turn 4, it's fine. Goblin, we don't really want to play 2 goblins here. This does help the opponent complete Sacred Timeline, but do we care? I don't think we do. Just like locking this up with fairly small power, like Nightcrawler can still move obviously, but if they're gonna play for Sacred Timeline anyway, there is a risk the goblin fails. That's the only thing. Okay, good. Oh hey, what do you know? My Scorpion's hurting me here. That's no good. I don't want negative power, man. In this case, it might actually be better to destroy my green goblin. We could just go Armor Daredevil right. Maybe set up for the Professor X right and Destroyer mid. 15 mid's pretty big. The Daredevils here, of course, will negate each other. I'm a little jealous of their Daredevil skin, man. This one kind of just looks like the base one. It's not that different. Angela Iceman. Okay, hit my Iceman, thankfully not the Professor X. But Professor X looks pretty dang risky, right? So maybe it's Professor X mid. Since they seem like a deck that's running small bouncy stuff. Could try Orca mid too, but I think Destroyer right or Destroyer left seems more likely to win. So let's just Professor X mid, try to snipe this. He put a snap, we're chill, we're hanging out, we're happy, we're content. We think the snap's fine. Hobgoblin. Okay, so yeah, Destroyer left is actually insane. It's gonna wipe out both the goblins. Kind of perfect. It's a big old swing. Opponent only has 1 here. They're unlikely to add more. They actually have to add power right as well. And they retreated. don't think it was a bot, was it? Donks in the base portrait's kind of suspicious. Okay, yeah, X-Men early is awesome. We can start building out an Atuma lane left. It's pretty good. Hellfire Club, we can afford Daredevil armor and Atuma. Does that feel like an overcommitment? Because maybe we could put the Daredevil elsewhere. Curve-wise, we'd still play armor on 3, Atuma on 4. Yeah, I just want to leave space just in case, right? Sometimes space is more valuable than anything else. There's no 3s, I think, that would disrupt our plans. Armor is just more important to set up the Atuma on curve. We have a lot of good 5s in the stack, so I want to make sure the 4 comes down on 4. Cosmo can limit this stack. It looks like if they're running like Devil Dinosaur stuff, Maria Hill, we can maybe stop like a Nick Fury from going off and prevent that from making the Devil Dino bigger. Also, Orca might just, you know, go toe-to-toe with the Devil Dino basically, but Orca's Forge helps the Devil Dino a lot too, so. Maria Hill and Craven. Now that actually surprises me a little more. I don't know exactly what to make of that. For turn 5 here, I guess I take a Warpath. Maybe we would just do like Cosmo Scorpion if we had a Scorpion. Hobgoblin's too risky and gets buffed, so I don't think that's the answer. Moon Girl definitely shows some Devil Dino. Warpath seems like the move, but we'll see. Daredevil's gonna give us some data. Probably just go Warpath left into Orca right, honestly. Warpath left at 5 though, is that gonna be enough to contest a Devil Dino? We're ahead by 6. Plus 5 is 11. Playing a Darkhawk instead. Warpath left, Destroyer mid is another possibility, or Destroyer right, whatever. That's technically a little more power than the Orca all in. It's not as much in the individual spot, but we might need it to beat this Darkhawk. So let's see, man. I don't know. Devil Dino's scary. This kind of reads like Dino Darkhawk for sure.
All systems go.
Maybe we put Destroyer right. I mean, we're ahead by 9 left. I think we can actually play Orca here and just use the Daredevil as a pressure valve, like, because that Darkhawk ain't getting that much bigger, right? And Craven's not getting any bigger. So yeah, that's fine. I think we could give up 4 and be okay. Like, you know, they're not gonna play 2 rock slides or something, for instance, that would get them back up. All right, Daredevil on 2 is always nice. Professor X on 5 is perfect for him. Scorpion in their hand might get smaller, might get bigger. You never know. Is he better on 2, better on 3? Just depends on whether they play cards or not. Usually they play 1 card, probably doesn't matter much. Morbius, certainly scary. Card that even if we shut it off with Professor X is still quite spooky. Orca can gain power right, but that's like such a perfect spot for Morbius. I don't even think they care. I can win mid with Orca. Maybe we start stacking already for Professor X left, in which case I want to armor into Atuma. Doesn't look like a Scorpion game to me. I need to get big enough to win Kunlun with Professor X. Orca mid is still a plan. It's just harder to win left now without the lockout. Depends on where they can land. Well, first off, how big is an Apocalypse? How big is a Dracula? Where do those go? We got a few questions to solve, right? Cosmo can be pretty disruptive if they try to go for a MODOK, if I have priority. Looks like they might have priority though. Oh no, Dracula's gonna give them negative for a while. Dude, the problem is Orca. Let's see if a MODOK goes, because that could really mess up their Dracula and their ability to go big mid. They might still have Power Me left though with just like MODOK Chavez is the thing. So I'd have to think about right as well to beat the Morbius since he wouldn't get hit much. Like, what are we gonna have, 18 left if I go for a Cosmo? Because MODOK would already put them at 11, Chavez would put them at 20. 15, I think, like MODOK right would almost be better. Oh, it's Gambit instead. Well, Gambit just completely whiffs. He doesn't have any targets to hit. where are they gonna play a Modok, and how do I want the Modok to not go left so that I can win left. The problem is Orca gonna be big enough mid? That's the question. So I think we Cosmo here and then just Orca mid. It's gonna be iffy though, because this forces basically the, if they want to play a Modok, which they might, they're probably gonna play it right, and then Orca has to be able to beat Dracula, which APOC would actually still be too big. It'd be 20 and Orca would only be 16. So maybe we have to hope there's some dead swarms in hand that can be hit. I don't know. This is I'd say this is still pretty iffy because a Modok could still do some work. The Modok mid would definitely be scary too. There's no Modok, I don't think. Dakin and not Modok. What is that? Wolverine? That is not big enough. That's kind of a weird play. Victory. I don't know. I expected worse. That's not that scary at all.